My very special guest joins me all the way from the UK, Peter.
Indeed, yes.
Good
nice
to have you
Moira.
here.
Nice to meet you.
Well, you've travelled all the way to join us for this very special TVSN launch of the Nightwatcher. And this is such a massive idea that's so successful in Europe and the UK for lots of very good reasons.
It is, and the most important thing about this is it's the ideal thing to have at home to give you security, but also to give you convenience as well. It's unique. Nobody else has this technology, and so TVSN are the first people to have this in Australia.
So it's much more than just a really powerful light.
Let me explain exactly what it is. Everybody's used to those lights that you can put on the side of the house, and then when you walk in front of them, the light comes on, because the sensor at the bottom will pick up and the light will come on, and then it'll go off after so many seconds or minutes, whatever.
Yeah, we know those.
The problem with that is they only point in one direction.
Yeah.
They only cover a small area, generally about that sort of space.
So you walk into a pool of light and then you're in the dark.
But what the Nightwatcher does, firstly, these sensors at the bottom, there are 3 sensors, they're called PIRs, and it gives you this massive range, 220 degrees, the sensor's going to pick up motion. And when the sensor picks up motion, the light comes on, but what happens then is the light will turn to where the motion is coming from.
Oh my goodness. So as you walk down the path, it's going to follow you and it's going to light your way.
Exactly.
Or if you've got the burglars or someone who's, you know, not got your best interests in mind, they're going to be lit up, put on display.
Yes.
And of course, they're not going to feel very happy about that.
Well, they're going to think
it's gonna be a
someone's watching them,
deterrent.
someone's following them. It could be someone's filming them. And so
Yes.
the idea behind Nightwatcher products
Yes.
is they are to deter people from coming onto your property. I think it's better to deter someone rather than to take pictures of them actually taking your things away.
Absolutely.
So that's why Nightwatcher is perfect to have at home. So, as you said, the security angle, but also the convenience angle as well. But there's one extra thing we have
Well, I
for
might
this
hold
product.
you right there, because we're going to give everyone the details and we're going to show you more. Now, people are after this, but you don't know yet what we've been able to organise for our very special introductory launch of the Nightwatcher security light. You're going to be saving a full $50 on the full price. So it's a whole quarter off the price. It's a 25% saving. And I think this is something that we all need, particularly as we're coming into the period where we may be away from our homes, whether we're just out for the evening or we're away for a weekend or we're off on our annual holiday. This is going to keep your home a whole lot more secure, give you that peace of mind. And if you use your part payments today, $74.50. Now, your item number for the brand new Nightwatcher launching right here, right now, you're the very first to see it. 45334 is the item number. Now, there's something else that comes with this. It's a really clever idea as well.
It is, because of course this is all going on outside your property. The light's coming on. If it's you that's coming home, it's great because it's following you from perhaps the car to the front door, and so you've got the pathway is lit. You're not going to stumble over anything in the dark. Also, you've got, as I said, to pick up the burglars. But inside the property, what we also supply with this is a little alarm, and it's a portable alarm that'll work up to 15 metres away from the light. So it has a screw hole on the back, so you can either mount it on a wall and leave it there, or what I do at home is I just keep it with me. So if we go up to bed at night, we have the alarm there. And basically, that's the size of it. And if you just...
and so you've got volume as well.
Yeah, you turn it on, turn the volume up, and the alarm will sound. Thank you. And obviously, it depends on your circumstances.
Yes.
You know, if you've got
I've got a
busy
teenage
street
son as well, and for me, it's like I sometimes worry, you know, when's he going to get home? So to have that on nice and low and go, okay, great, he's home. I don't have to worry anymore.
Exactly.
Maybe it's when the hubby comes home, you go, oh, he's home now, okay. We'll get him a beer out of the fridge if you're a lovely wife. But of course, that security angle as well. So you know what's going on.
You do, and I think it's important because you know that there's somebody outside the property. The majority of cases, it's going to be either somebody you know or it's not going to be an issue. But that important occasion where you don't know who it is, you have a warning there, and immediately that's going to sound.
Wow. Will that go off when the light goes off?
When the light goes off, this will stay on for 3 minutes.
Right.
And also when the light comes on, it stays on for 3 minutes and then it turns off. And if there's no other activity, then it won't come back on again.
But if people are away on holidays and if you haven't been able to afford the big burglar alarm system, that sets you up with the next best thing, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Because if someone hears that, then they're going to scurry. They think, oh, the burglar alarm's gone off. Is it a back to base? I better get out of here. That's sensational. So it's amazing security. Now, we're going to show you something because there's a lot of movement around here. Our Nightwatcher is, of course, moving because I'm moving my hands and, of course, you're on the other side. We've got some vision here that shows us exactly what the Nightwatcher is all about.
I think the important point to say is a lot of people say, is it going to pick up the cats? Is it going to pick up the mice that are in the garden or whatever? The important point with this is it's geared up to find people, and we start at a minimum weight of about 20 kilos.
Oh,
so something of that size.
So it's amazing technology, a robotic head there, and of course you've got that the 220 degrees of motion there. So we do need, it's a nice easy install, but you do need to get your electrician around.
Because it's connected to the mains, you need to get an electrician. Now, typical install time is about 30 minutes, so it's not an expensive thing to do, but here's an illustration of how that's being done.
Well, if it prevents one break-in, if it prevents one stumble or fall, then it's certainly paid for itself in no time.
Absolutely. I mean, you have, this in Australia at the moment. You've got this wonderful weather, and of course, it's getting dark later at night. But imagine when you get into the July time, you're going to find that it's getting darker earlier, and of course when people are coming home at night, that light is going to be on as a convenience for them to help them walk along the path. So that's an important feature. But the alarm also is there as that added indoor security feature.
Now in the daytime it won't turn on, it won't waste our power, will it?
No, it won't.
Unless you set it to.
No, yes, you can. There's a button on the bottom which means you can set it to daytime mode, which is what I've done here because obviously we have the lights in the studio. It thinks it's daytime. But if I put it into nighttime mode, you can see this red light at the bottom. The light's going to go off.
And here's a really good example of that motion sensor and how the light actually can follow you. That's a perfect place, actually, isn't it, at the front of the home?
The front of the house. And the thing is, that light is actually following the entire front of the property.
So 220 degrees. Oh, here we go. This is great.
That's even more than the whole side wall. And of course, a lot of people, when they have these type of lights, because they have limited movement, they need one at each end of the house.
Hasn't he? Because he's got light and probably the alarm on the inside.
Him, it's frightened him away.
Yeah, amazing.
And here we go again.
Yeah.
And of course, he thinks he's found a quiet spot and it's dark. All of a sudden, the light turns on.
See, I'm looking at this and thinking, one for the back and one for the front corner of the home would be absolutely sensational at $149 for the introductory launch. In fact, are we able to do that? Can we dim the lights in the studio? And we might just simulate that for you. So absolutely in the daytime, it's not going to drain your power for you because we just got it on a special setting here. But if in the nighttime, it's motion sensitive, so it will come on automatically then. Okay, we've got a couple of questions we'll get through, but here we have, in fact, can I do the...
Yes, I'll stand out the way and you do the demonstration.
And it's following me there. Look at it. Hello. Whoa, I'm in the spotlight. So that's what it's all about. And of course, for you as well, coming home at night, it's going to light your way and keep you nice and safe. Peter, now, can I ask a couple of questions?
Please.
A really good question. Can it be just outside on a wall or does it have to be under an eave?
No, it can be outside on a wall. It's weatherproof, so I mean, obviously you get extremely good weather, but occasionally when you have the downpours like I had on Saturday morning, it's going to get wet, but that's no problem. It can be just installed on the side of a wall.
So it's really heavy duty and totally weatherproof. Now, what's the power of the light that we're seeing here?
This is 150 watts, so it's very bright, but we actually use an energy-saving bulb, which takes about 20% less of the energy, so it's actually more efficient in using your electricity.
And will we get a nice long life out of that bulb?
Yes, I mean, a bulb is a bulb. Sometimes the bulbs can last forever and sometimes they last for a little less time. But, I mean, I've had these on my house for the best part of 2 years now and I haven't had to change the bulbs yet.
Sensational. Doesn't this make total sense? 40% of these have gone already. You're coming up to your holiday period and there's nothing like this on the market. This is going to keep your home safer. whether you're at home or whether you're away on holidays, this is going to deter those break-ins. And of course, this is going to light up the front of your home or the back of your home for better safety for you as well. You know those times when you haven't left a light on, you're going to be able to find that keyhole as well, because it's going to light your path. So much better than just a static light, which only gives you that one little pool of light. This is a 220-degree range of motion here to light your way, to light up your home. You're also going to get that alarm. You can choose when you want to put that on. And if you've been thinking about a burglar alarm system but have been put off by the cost, this is really going to give you the benefit of the alarm that goes off with your security light, and of course that amazing security light there for $149. 45334. Quick for this one, $74.50, because our phones have absolutely lit up for this one. Now, for your customers in the UK, what sort of feedback are they giving you? How is it helping them?
Everybody wants to know about the range. How far does it detect?
Yeah, what sort of pool of light as well?
We say 10 metres. Sometimes it's more, but generally speaking about 10 metres away. So you've got a good size of garden that's going to be covered by this, either front or back. But people like the idea of the convenience. I mean, for example, my mother lives in a retirement home and she has steps up to her property. Now, if she comes home late at night and this whole thing about the light coming on and following her, she can see in the light exactly where she's walking. Every step of the way, and so from my peace of mind, and hers indeed, that's important. But also with the alarm indoors, if somebody's coming to the door, she knows that somebody's coming to the door. And it just gives her that little bit of extra confidence to know that she's secure and she knows what's going on outside. But as I said, people ask, does it pick up small animals? As I said earlier, up to 20 kilos, it's not going to set it off. For above that.
So a rabbit or a possum, as we have here, that's not going to set that off.
It's not. But it's designed to pick up people, and it does that extremely well, as you've seen here in the studio.
Absolutely amazing, because I think this is something we all need. And I know that when we do lock up our houses to go away for the weekend, to go away on holidays, you've always got that niggling worry in the back of your mind. You know, will I come home to a break-in? Will I come home to my belongings gone and my house in ruins? And I think this is just a very easy way of deterring would-be thieves and burglars.
It's going to make them think twice, isn't it?
Absolutely.
They're going to see that light following them, and they're going to think, oh, well, maybe I won't go to this property.
Well,
we don't want to say this, but they'll go next door or whatever. But I think the important point is they'll go.
Yeah, and for me too, we've just gone limited, by the way. It's absolutely meeting a need. Hitting a chord there. Now, this is the only show that you can pick this up in PM at TVSN. So if you are heading on holidays this year or early next year, if you've got a home that's not particularly well lit on the outside, if you're always worried about tripping over, not being able to find your way to the door, not being able to find, you know, the right key to fit in the door, then think about the front of your home, think about the back of the home. This is the Nightwatcher that helps with security and helps with safety as well. For me, I love the idea of the alarm system that, you know, if you're away for, a week, then if someone does, try to get into your home or approaches your home, that alarm goes off. That's going to scare them away. And then the alarm goes off, is it after 3 minutes of the light going out?
It'll stop. So everything is geared to a 3-minute cycle here.
Right.
So, but the great thing about this product is it's so simple. If you've ever had alarms, and I've had alarms in homes, they're so complicated.
But
with this, you just leave it. And once it's installed, you don't have to touch it again. Everything works. I mean, you change the batteries maybe when the batteries run out, but apart from that, you don't have to touch it. So it's not a complicated product. It's a very simple product to use, and it's ideal for any home.
Yeah, and a nice, easy install. It is advisable to get your electrician to come in. 30 minutes done. You've got security, you've got light, and you have got a light that actually follows you where you go. Now, another question is, how will they know the best place to pop it on their home?
Well, I think, and I say this because people do ask the question. I've had people with a house that's literally right onto a road, and they wonder why the light's coming on all the time. But of course the cars are going by. So I think you have to be thoughtful as to the best place to put it. But of course, a burglar is likely to enter your property on a side which is perhaps
not so
secluded, and so that's probably a good spot. But because you've got 220 degrees, you could fit it on the corner of a property, and that would give you that massive range.
Yeah, so from right around the corner, say from the front to the side. And the idea, I mean, at $149 of getting one for the back and one for the front and have the whole house virtually
a lot of our
ringed
customers
in
have
light.
done that.
Yeah.
And of course, with this, you've got the alarm, so you know the alarm's going to sound whether there's somebody at the front or the back. So you've got complete security around the home in the context that you know what's going on, and you know that light's coming on and following anybody if they're on the property and they're not supposed to be there.
What I like about it too, it's a good-looking light.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we do, if we've got real pride in our homes, we don't want to put up anything that's going to detract
No.
from the look of our homes. So it's a great-looking light, but this is a first for us. We have seen lights with motion detectors, but you haven't seen a light that has the motion detector, but also then follows you or follows an intruder around as they go. So it's sensational new robotic technology at very, very affordable price. And this is what we want to stop. This is what we want to protect our family and our homes from. They don't like being seen.
No.
And as you say, they may think, oh, there's a camera in there as well. They don't know what's going on. This is a first here in Australia, and it follows them back out, lights their path every single step of the way. They're going to walk away going, oh, I don't think I'll go back there in a hurry. We've got fewer than 20 of our Nightwatcher security light remaining, and nobody here in Australia has this. Even if you hop on to the Nightwatcher website, you will pay $199. It's only just launching here in Australia. That website may not even be up. So here at TVSN, you've got an absolute first, the most up-to-date way of improving the security in your home with both light and a very easy alarm system. No numbers to punch in, no stress involved with this. A beautiful looking light that gives you that security, that gives you that peace of mind. And of course, I think the safety factor, because I mean, one fall, one stumble down the stairs is really going to set you back a lot when it comes to your medical expenses, time off work, time not being able to do the things you love. When you look at $149, I think to improve the security of your home and your personal safety, it's a very, very small price to pay. Now, it is a first, and here at TVSN, we've got 17 remaining left in stock. So 16 actually, I got that wrong. So even if you, 13, oh my goodness, we're just going drop, 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 drop. So if you don't go now, that'll be it. You'll have missed out. This is the launch. Peter's not back from the UK. Well, we hope you'll come back to us.
I'd love to come back.
Because you're heading back tomorrow, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I don't need an excuse to come again.
Especially in our summertime. So before you go though, in a nutshell, for those people who may have just joined us, some people just joined us at the top of the hour, if you could describe exactly what it is and what it can help them with at home, how would you do that?
Well, I think the important thing to say is that we all want security in our home for ourselves and our families. The Nightwatcher is unique. There's nothing else out there in the market that does this. It gives you the security when you know that the sensor is going to detect anybody on your property, the light's going to come on and it's going to follow them. So it's security, but it's also convenience as well.
Yes.
And I can't stress that enough because, you know, I've come home
double
late
whammy.
at night, get in the car, and the light's following me, and that just gives you so much confidence walking across cobblestones
I've got a huge great
and
gum
steps
tree
and so
in my
on.
front yard and like branches down and things like that. And if you're in the dark, because I do have one of those lights that comes on with a motion sensor, but it's not until you come within a couple of metres of the home that it actually lights that up. So for me, this is just making total sense because it's going to really light that way. And 10 metres is where, you know, that motion detection starts. So we've got 5 left in stock. We are going to have a sellout. There's no doubt about that. The Nightwatcher security light. So if you want, there's 2 remaining, 45334. You've got to go now. You've got to be fast. Oh, warranty on this, if I might ask.
It's a year.
Uh-huh.
And obviously the bulb will last longer. The motor is designed for 50,000 resolutions, and how do you qualify that? But basically, it'll last you for years.
A long time of security for your home, safety for your home, and I think the big thing, peace of mind. Don't forget you've got the alarm coming with this, which goes off with your light if you choose to have that on. So Peter, thank you for coming a very long way. It's obviously been a huge hit here at TVSN. We think there's one left for you, so you best get on the phone lines for that. So it wasn't a trip that was wasted for you. This is something Australia needs, and we're so pleased that our TVSN family are the very first in the country to be able to pick it up, and a full $50 under that recommended retail price. So that's brilliant. So we're going to give them the final time, the details there. A couple not quite confirmed yet, so you may well be lucky. Thank you so much, Peter. We're seeing a sold out, but you never know your luck. Take that down, 45334. People have them in their shopping carts. They may not have confirmed. So it has Are they all confirmed? They're not all confirmed. Okay, so get that number down, 45334. You may be lucky for that. Remembering you've got your part payments as well, $74.50 today. So give us a call. We'll try now, but if they're saying sold out, try again in about 5 minutes because you may well be lucky on that one. Wow, love it. Peter, thank you so much. And on behalf of us all here at TVSN, we really appreciate you making this available to TVSN first of all. And hopefully we'll see you in 2012.
Lovely.
Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.